Welcome to another edition of Let's Play WWE 2015. And for this edition of the Let's Play series, we are trying things a little differently than we normally do, because I'm actually going to book out the full show of SmackDown on camera instead of just jumping in after the fact. So, now, without further ado, let me book my first match. And not to copy WWE or anything. Well, I'm not copying them because they didn't do the match. They chose to make it a tag match instead of making it a singles match. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, then that means you didn't watch Raw a few weeks ago. But either way, Cesaro gets the win over his longtime adversary, Sami Zayn. But this is the first time Sami and Cesaro step foot against each other in the WWE. Now, we move to our first of two matches that were set up earlier on Main Event after backstage interaction between Nikki and Emma on Main Event. They will step into the ring against one another tonight on SmackDown. As well, we will see Golden Stardust against their one-time tag team partners, Connor and Victor of the Ascension. See, in all honesty, if this was TEW 2016, I would probably choose the finish to be an intentional disqualification, but I cannot do that. What do I want? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I've almost totally killed off the Golden Stardust. So, because I feel bad for what I did to him, I'm gonna let him win. Yeah, I'm gonna let him win. And then this is gonna happen. They're gonna call out Golden Stardust, they're gonna call out Kid and Cesaro. But Kid and Cesaro are not gonna come out. And instead, the Usos are gonna join them in the ring. And then they're going to be joined by David Otunga, who's also got a microphone. And Stephanie McMahon. You know what? I always make it Stephanie. Let's make it Hunter. And Hunter will book this match. It will be Connor and Victor versus Cesaro and Kid versus Jimmy and Jay versus Golden Stardust at Elimination Chamber. At Fastlane for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. And if that wasn't enough, not only will you see that, over the next 9 days, you will be seeing every single member of that match in action in some form or fashion. Just like you will be seeing right now. The return of a legend killer. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. No, 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 no. It is now Ryback's time to make his presence felt. And Ryback will be making his presence felt in a very, very big way. Because Ryback's got a manager. Ryback's got a manager. His manager is Zeb Coulter. That's right. Ryback and his new manager, Zeb Coulter. Jack is pissed at Ryback. Jack is pissed at Zeb. He's questioning what Zeb, what, why Zeb is out here, why Zeb cost him the match. And just as he turns around, he gets leveled once again by Ryback. And now Ryback has his new manager, Zeb Coulter. And I will tell you this much, that I doubt that is the last of Zeb and Ryback that we will see tonight, as I guarantee you, and I'm not just guaranteeing you because I'm booking the show, I'm guaranteeing you because I'm letting you know that you will be seeing Ryback later in the show. But to bring us back a few years, Mickey versus Layla. And now we move forward with the main event, as the main event is a tag team match. And it is Kofi and Big E versus Christian and the Big Show. The feud that got a little bit more interesting on Raw when Big Show joined the interaction. When Big Show joined up on Christian's side to even the odds a little bit more. But there is one thing that they didn't remember, that they totally forgot about, and that one thing that they forgot about was the X Factor at ringside. The X-Man, Xavier Woods. I would call the promo, but the promos aren't the problem. It's the matches. The matches are the problem. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's add I just realized I screwed up. by deducting time from a segment when I should have deducted it from a match. 57. Okay. 6 minutes. Okay. There's a lot going on a short show here tonight. I will tell you this much, that in 1 week's time, that before we head to the pay-per-view in 9 days, you will see the debut of the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe, and that debut will happen on Monday Night Raw. Now we're gonna kick it off with some action with the second generation superstar Joe Hennig, as Joe goes up against Flex Freeman on the pre-show, and Joe Hennig is victorious. And now we move forward as we kick off SmackDown. Look, that age-old formula that the WWE has is tired out. Formulas work, but only for a certain amount of time, and WWE's formula is dead. And that is why, starting off SmackDown, you have Sami Zayn and Cesaro. And Cesaro gets the deuce over Sami, and both men show their respect for each other following the match with a handshake. And now we move backstage. Rusev and Sheamus are talking in typical WWE fashion because the volume is on mute. That's how normal people watch Raw when it comes to not hearing the announcers. Nikki Bella beats Emma. What a surprise. Partly because I chose for her to beat Emma. We move over to Scott Hudson and his cohorts, who discuss the upcoming Fatal 4-Way Divas title match set for 9 days from tonight. 9 days from Sunday. Well, 9 days from tonight, actually. For the WWE Divas title, Mickie James versus Natalya, AJ, and Paige. One of the two matches, much like the match we just saw, Emma and Nikki, this match was set up on Main Event. And the Ascension come up short against the Dust Brothers. But the Dust Brothers then take their newfound momentum and put it towards a tag team title shot, but the champions don't respond. The Usos do. Oh Jesus, I gotta kill that face turn. And then Triple H and David Otunga join the fray as Hunter makes the announcement that in 9 days at Fastlane, it will be a 4 corners elimination tag team match for the WWE tag team titles, with the Usos against the Golden Stardust, against the Ascension, against Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. The winners will be WWE World Tag Team Champions. And also, Hunter announces that next week on Raw, you will see that Fatal 4-Way, Connor, Cesaro, Jimmy Uso, and Goldust. And then next week on SmackDown, you will see Victor versus Tyson Kidd versus Jey Uso versus Stardust. As we build towards Fastlane. Bad News Barrett defeats Damian Sandow. I mean, even Sandow needs a loss every now and again, especially when this happens after the match. That the League of Nations have come together. But now after that, so we don't lose the fans, Swagger comes on your TV screens, and you hear the echoes of "We the People" inside the arena. But Swagger's in his locker room. Zeb Coulter walks in and makes one final plea to Swagger. The only way you can be anything in this company is with me. I proved it last time, and I'll prove it again. What do you say? Swagger walks away and ignores it. After a botched interference by Zeb Coulter, Zeb's true intentions were felt as Zeb Coulter screws Swagger, not just out of the match, but tells Jack Swagger it's over. He's done trying. He's done being a charity case. And if Swagger wants to be anything, he'll have to do it on his own. And both of them know that's not possible. He has a new client. And it's Ryback. And then we slide back to Jerry Lawler and his cohorts as they discuss what we just saw and what it means for Dirty Dutch being with Ryback as Jerry Lawler puts over his former Memphis Wrestling adversary, and what it could mean for the career of the big guy. After a solid match with Shelton Benjamin, Seth Rollins taunts Randy Orton because we haven't seen Randy in 2 weeks since Randy lost the WWE World Title match to Brock Lesnar at the Rumble due to interference from Seth Rollins. And then Seth, not missing a beat tonight it seems, goes after Roman Reigns, telling Roman not to forget that he isn't just versing the Beast at WrestleMania. He needs to keep in mind that he has the undisputed future of the WWE in his crosshairs because of this Money in the Bank briefcase, as he holds up the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then, of course, that brings out Roman Reigns, who tells Seth, anywhere, anytime, I wouldn't mind breaking your jaw with my fist. If you think I'm afraid of you, Seth, you need to quit the Kool-Aid. Because I've never been afraid of you. You're the one who's afraid of me. The seeds are planted, and a future might be there. We'll see what happens. But for this episode, we're going to continue as Mickie goes against Layla, and Mickie James is victorious as she heads towards Fastlane and her first WWE Divas title defense. And now we move on. Xavier, Big E, and Kofi, as they make their way out to the ring and one of them asks, how many of you here in Michigan are WWE fans? How many of you here in Michigan love the Attitude Era? Well, I got one thing to say to that. The Attitude Era is dead. And it is a new day. And we will keep trying and keep succeeding in taking out the past and making way for a new day. Are you surprised? The main event sees Big Show and Christian go up against the New Day, and Big E and Kofi are victorious over the Attitude Era veterans, with the help from their third man, Xavier Woods. But fact is, either way, a big win for the New Day against two former world champions and two legends in the WWE. Holy moly! That was by far the worst episode I have ever done, partially because I probably should have put Seth Rollins in the main event. But, live and let learn. The final rating, or even Cesaro and Sammy probably could have been further up. Oh well. The final rating for the show was a 66. And, we lost popularity in 24 regions. This is by far the worst episode I've ever done since I started this back in November. But Monday is another episode, and Monday we can recoup. SmackDown we usually do bad, but never this bad. Live and let learn. We'll come back next week and we'll do 100 times better. As Fastlane draws closer, that also means the road to WrestleMania is quickly coming to a close as AT&T Stadium is calling our names, and we are continuing the countdown to the big event. But we're talking about the future, and this show isn't over yet, because I want to know down in the comment section, what do you think I could have done better? What do you think I could have done? What do you think was the best part of the show, the worst part of the show? What do you think I could have done better? And what would you have done different if you were me? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you liked the video, leave a like or subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next